Alright, what up YouTube? Marcus Rockman here from Australian Nationals 2011. I'm here with Bodan Temnyk and Chris Hanson. They played
Dateline NBC.
Dateline NBC. They are playing. They played Tour Guide Plants at this event. Bodan finished at a top 4 finish and third place. And Chris Hanson, you finished top 8. Fantastic. Tell us a bit about your deck. We're going to run through it. Let's go.
I got the deck list from Jeff. I got the gist of it. He didn't give me a list entirely, but he told me that Tour Guide was legitimately nuts. It's like running 4 standards. So first up, we've got 3 Tour Guide here. It's like a Stratos in my opinion, but it searches for the best card, like one of the best cards in the game. So turn 1 Tour Guide into the Sangan, and realistically, you've got all your options available now. You can set up an Avarice play in the coming turns if you search a Lone Fire. You can, if you have the 1-for-1 in hand, you can potentially search the Dandelion. And generally, against better players, they won't really swing into this. So you have to main cards that will realistically give you the option to get this in the bin without them trishling you or like doing whatever the fuck else. It's very limiting versus a good player if you don't draw the key cards. Sometimes I've had to bash into a bigger monster, and realistically that's fine. You know, I can take the damage if it's gonna win me the game. From here, Sangan of course, double Lone Fire, which is the heart of the engine of course. Turn 1 Lone Fire for the Dandy has been like a crucial play. It opens up a lot of plays with everything, and I think like Plan isn't going to get hit something first. This is either going to get banned or to 1 because this card's actually really busted. Spore, it's a plan. It's a level 1 combos and stuff.
It's a tuner. It makes formula. It makes everything.
Formula. That's all you have to know. 3 Raikou. Originally we were going to run 2 Raikou, 1 Mirror Force because the Australian metagame actually isn't that good.
Of course.
When it comes to I swear to God, most people have a mild bout of Down syndrome. Like realistically, I don't know how you can play so badly, but as we progressed, we realized that the Mirror Force is just going to get randomly blown up, and I just think the card's awful right now. Like, we're using the 3rd Raikou, it fuels the Avarice. It's another ideal turn 1 play. We can either Tour Guide, we can Raikou, or we can Tengu. So we have all the options turn 1 if we win the roll. Yeah. I only lost 2 rolls personally, and
explains everything.
That explains everything, but like, there were games where I mind gamed the shit out of people with the Tour Guide. It was just really sick. It was very fun.
Any further thoughts, Chris, on Raikou particularly?
I found it great. I mean, milling the outs kind of sucked, but it's an out to basically every card. The Xian, the Defugger, the Impression even.
Yeah,
it was pretty close.
Some people said this wasn't very good in the Plant Mirror. Are they wrong or are they right? Is it bad?
Realistically, it actually is. It's generally not that good in the Plant Mirror. The thing is, you only if you put yourself in that position where it's going to be like a negative to you. Okay, it'll trade off with like a Sangan or a Dandelion or something. But like against players who do plays like that with no real if they have no real information and they do plays like that, I feel like I'm going to win anyway. Right? Normally I'll do the T-set Raikou, stuff like that. Like it's all based on opinion in my mind. But generally I'll know what I'm playing because the environment's so small. So I'll find out if I'm playing the Mirror. I'll find out if I'm playing whatever. And if it comes down to it, I can set this up. In my top 16 game, I limited my opponent's options through searching for Raikou consecutively with Sangan. And it was actually very clutch at the time. He was progressively down in cards, and I was able to continuously Raikou and just get pluses off that. And he had to whiff for an Avarice, and he didn't hit it, and I won from there, of course. But realistically, it's just a really good card. We don't run Charge, we don't run Hamster because I feel like you don't need to run those to accommodate this card itself. It's like if you draw it, fair enough. The card's huge. Following up from a Trishula play, this card has been clutch. The Tengu, it's just another turn 1 play. It's ideal. We're running 3 Avarice, so cards like this, this, and this. It's just that's the nuts.
Tengu, everyone's been saying how broken this card is. Everyone loves this card. People want like Konami to print cards like this. What do you think about Tengu? Do you think they should print stuff like this? Or?
I personally think that card is stupid. I don't think it should exist in the game. Like more or less, this is like Grandmaster of the Plant. Fuck, whatever it is.
Of the Plant.
Of the Botanist.
Of the Botanist.
Of the Botanist.
Of the Botanist.
But it's in the same merit as Grandmaster. Grandmaster was like fairly well designed because it was for a theme, but then over time they added more cards to the pool and just made the deck realistically just retarded. Okay, Now, Grandmaster's lost its merit because of the power creep, and you've got cards like Kizan and such just bringing it up. But, you know, stuff like this, I feel like it's only going to get worse. They're going to print a card that's going to be like...
well, Hyper Librarians is
Hyper Librarian, of course, but, like, I can imagine an exclusive being like, let's say it'll be a Lone Fire, but it'll be in the similar vein of maybe, like, for zombies or some shit. I guarantee it'll end up being something like that. Then again, they've also printed a Rescue Cat for the Exceeds, so, you know, that's also seems fairly retarded.
Yeah.
Double Debris.
Very standard.
Standard.
This is standard. It's the same with
Standard.
Dandelion.
Standard.
Blow Up Standard. The gauze is iffy. Like people have that as an iffy card because you tend to commit a lot in the turn one. But honestly, every time I draw this card, it just looks like I can't lose. Like I'll have it on the board.
It's such a broken card. It's so powerful. Like people this goes in and out of formats, and it just seems like such a strong card to stop all of the bullshit this format.
And having the option to go bulb into double level 8 or just bulb in general into the level 8 is huge.
Yeah.
Double Veiler.
What did you think of Gauze?
Yeah, I found it okay. I mean, the limit reverse kind of clogged a few times, or the call, but overall, yeah.
Just a really powerful card.
It's like you can't not run it.
Yeah.
You can do.
So Bulb, very generic. Obviously staple in this deck. Effect Veiler. How did it? Was it good for you this weekend? Like
it was very clutch. It was actually it was
obviously it's insane in the mirror. Insane.
It was key in a lot of my matchups against Six Samurai. To an extent, it had a lot of its decent options here. When I was playing my top 4 against Agents, if I didn't have this card, I probably would have lost faster. But I ended up losing to a top Reborn anyway. I topped the Avarice, he topped the Reborn. It was a fair trade in my opinion, but he got the prize cards, I didn't. So I originally had one. Because of for space issues, and from there I added this second. It was clutch. It was very clutch. Plus you can tutor it with Sangan and Tour Guide quite frequently, and the third one isn't needed just because of this card.
Very standard monster lineup.
We opted to not run Kaias.
You opted to. Why is that?
I feel like the Monarchs itself, they're going to limit how you play your hands. With this, I turn one for Sangan, and I'd rather a more proactive card like Enemy Controller. Even Creature Swap as well. That holds a lot of merit with Sangan and Toolgate. But the Kaias itself, I'm running 3 Avarice, and I'm running a bunch of cards that if I draw multiples of, it's not anything I really want to do. If I draw multiple Tengu, there's still a live Tengu, unless I draw 3. If I draw the Dandelion and this and stuff, I'm limited in what I can do, but I still have the plays. If I draw a Kaias, it's an actual, I don't know, it's going to be a shit-ass card for the most part.
Alright, so fairly standard monster lineup. Let's take a look at the spells.
We're running 3 Avarice, just the 3 Raiko, the 3 Tengu, the 3 Tool Guide.
You can run 2, but we're not running the Kaias, so their draws are very limited.
It's such a powerful card, this format. I was talking about it with Kai and some other really good players. Very good card, this format. A very good card in this deck. It's very powerful. It keeps you going.
What? No, not really.
Double MST.
It was a grind.
Yeah.
It was a grind. I'm doing a deck feature, so can you call me back?
The 2 Econ, they were pretty amazing.
Double Econ. So you play Double Econ too, obviously, Bodan.
Yep.
What do you think of this card? This is very interesting. A lot of people.
Personally, the card itself has many options in this deck. Yeah. If you summon the Tour Guide and the Sangan, and you have the Econ, and they've done the standard play, they swing into the Tour Guide with X monster, and you have the Sangan. If you enemy control the Sangan, you tutor for any card, and it's more or less going to be a Lone Fire and synchroing with their monster. Yeah. And in the same vein, if they go for a Trishula play or something, and they set it up with Formula, you can enemy controller your whatever, steal their thing and force them into another synchro, or force them to fizzle the Formula. And that was actually very clutch for the most part. It's only happened to me once or twice over the weekend, but enemy controlling their Formula when they go for the play. I've seen Jeff Jones told me that he wants.
Give us a sec there. We'll stop it there and we'll put a part 2 up.
All right.